Oh, about a long and exhausting day, boyos, and not least bit due to RBI baseball. Here we are with the Master System here. It's Enduro Racer. I don't know what to expect from this game, but it's gotta be better than Rocky. Oh no. Maybe not. Is this a dirt bike game? Ah, it's Isometric Excite Bike for Sega. That appears to be what we've got going on here. Okay, well, I will reserve judgment for when I've actually experienced a little bit of the game. Although I can say, immediately, it's not what I expected. That's for sure. Alright. We do have a timer, so, and I'm not sure if that means that, you know, we're beating stages here. Well, that has to be what it means, so we gotta be taking a finish line very shortly here, right? Oh yeah, there it is. With 6 whole seconds left on the clock. Level 1, incredibly easy. We passed 5 cars, we're the best. Your points? Oh, I was gonna say, 0? Really? No, it's 5. We didn't take any damage, which is fantastic, you know? Ooh, look at that. We can buy upgrades with points. That's pretty nifty. We're gonna get an accelerator upgrade, I suppose. Give us a little more oomph off those ramps, you know? Okay, well, that's the first time we've crashed into something. Now we know it is indeed possible. We knew it all along, you know, we just hadn't actually done it until literally right there. Otherwise, you know, you just hold A. Or, sorry, button 1. What do you think this is, the Nintendo? Nintendo doesn't have graphics like this. And that's actually true. So we gotta not, you know, hit that same block over and over. Yeah, that's how you dodge it. You get just enough out of the way to where it's not a problem anymore. We actually finished though, even with the 2 biffs, the 2 wipeouts, we still made it. It's another 5 other vehicles passed, so that'll get us 5 points, no doubt. Look at that. Your damage 20. Darn. Does this mean can we upgrade the accelerator again, or did our accelerator get unupgraded because of the damage? I'm not wholly sure at this point. Oh yeah, we got the totem poles. Shout out to cactuses, of which you can only find natively in North America. I have probably said that factoid before because it's one of my favorite factoids. It blows people's minds. They're like, are you kidding me? Because, you know, when you think of desert, most people think of, like, Africa first and foremost. You know, they got the big old Sahara. Yeah, but guess what? The Sahara doesn't have any cactus in it. No cacti. I gotta tell you all, it feels fantastic playing a video game right now. These ramps look like walls sometimes. I'm like, don't run into that. But no. We're actually just gonna be fine. Could have passed him, but we didn't. Instead, we only passed 2? You gotta be kidding me. Well, we certainly won't have a lot to go on for upgrades now. Yeah, I don't know. Are those just like persistent upgrades? Has our accelerator been upgraded twice? I don't know, personally. I'm liking the motifs in these levels, though. These are fun. I don't even quite know what this is completely supposed to be. Looks like perhaps a Florida marsh, but an emphasis on the water. Oh, they got me that time. That really kills your time. Oh no. So this is likely going to be our first game over. Just making that very apparent right now. Jumping you straight into the water. That was a dirty move. Oh, I thought it was gonna happen again, but no, we saved it. I don't expect us to survive this course altogether, though. Taking 2 trips in the drink. It's not good for your health and considerably worse for your time. Oh no! Yeah, that seals it right there. That's the nail in the coffin. And then again, oh, it almost felt like I phased through the ramp while I had my iframes, which seems not very conducive to a good time. It's all right. We'll start from the beginning. This game seems all right. After Rocky and RBI Baseball, you know. Maybe RBI Baseball is a better game than I'm giving it credit for. I don't know, though. It doesn't feel like it. I think my criticisms were justified. And maybe it's just because, you know, oh, you did worse with that than either of the other 2 games. Sure. But how much of that is because I'm bad and how much of it is because it's a less playable game overall, huh? Just think about it. Just think about it. Boom, 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 boom. It's Limp Bizkit's Rearranged, which, if I may say, My Way's their biggest bop, but Rearranged might be their magnum opus in terms of creativity and songwriting. You think I'm joking? You think I'm laughing it up over here? Sincerely. Look at the guitar tabs for that song. The dude's playing the upper half of the neck and the bottom half of the neck simultaneously with his mad taps. Oh, he only passed 4 that time. That's disgusting. Not sure why that was so much worse. You know, I'm thinking that's a stage where you're probably faster by just not worrying about the ramps. This one too, in all likelihood. Well, this one we can do faster just by, you know, not crashing into the blocks constantly. And that's a good way to start right there. Okay, I found out how to brake, I think. Nope, I was just running into debris on the field. That don't help me much. Yeah, that is not how you brake. Oh, nearly crashed into that sucker right there. I feel like we're going very, very slowly. Yeah, lose a lot of momentum on those ramps, especially if you hit the little scritchy, scratchy lines leading up to it. You gotta drive between those lines, and then you'll be safe. It's a great success. I mean, yeah, we only passed like 3 vehicles. I was sent a picture of my smallest cat, looking adorable. I appreciate things like that. Pictures of cats and a perfectly playable Sega Master System game, you know? It makes a difficult and exhausting day a little bit sweeter. Remember, live for the sweetness in life. Even if your sweetness looks a little odd. You know? My sweetness is, putting on a Pig Destroyer record and, playing Cyberpunk 2077. Who am I kidding? Not at the same time. You use the in-game music or nothing, fool. People didn't work very, very hard to score that thing just to have you drown it out with your own music. How dare you? I don't feel that strongly about it, you know. And I don't listen to music while playing games a whole lot. If I'm playing a game that that like doesn't really demand a whole lot in terms of audio, like it's just kind of an endless game, like World of Warcraft, I'll listen to music while that's going. Passed another car. Boy, you know, I was hoping to save up some stuff, but I'm not passing anyone right here. You know, it's all like, hey, bro, you should maybe spend some points, and I'm like, yeah, but I want to save up 10 points for an engine. The end result is that I'm gonna wind up like not saving up any points at all, and then I'll just fall behind the 8-ball. I don't trust these jumps. No! I crashed and burned on the side of the ramp. Well, my inability to trust the jumps has cost me deeply. Scrub. This is our town, scrub. I'm amazed I had enough momentum to clear that there. Whoo, boy. But I may not have enough upgrades to make any of that matter at this point here, you know? I might just be straight up too slow, period. We'll see. Either way, I don't want to do that. That's exactly what I did, though. Come on, look at how much time that sucks up. Oh yeah, you phase right through the ramps when you have iframes. So really, hitting that, it's the kiss of death. That's all it really is. What if we just, like, avoid all the jumps? Well, then we wind up hitting rocks, probably. Yeah, never mind, I think the jumps are the way to go. More often than not. I don't know, I'm a little light on the banter. You know, I'm just trying to wind down a little bit, you know? I'm not going to go into any kind of details. I'm just I'm exhausted at the moment. Oh, I wish I could have passed it. I think that would have been my 5th pass. No, that would have been my 6th pass. Maybe okay, I'm gonna try to go one stage, saving up a little bit, and if I don't make it after this next one, then I'll just buy an upgrade straight out. But I feel like an engine upgrade would be a delicious thing. There's probably, you know, strats all over, like, oh, best upgrades in Enduro Racer for the Sega Master System, and all of the kids are looking that guide up nowadays. It's the hottest game out there, you know. Excuse me? I touched the ramp, thank you. I am not sure at all why I crashed and burned right there. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, get me some acceleration! Get me past this bicycled chump! That's one more pass, that's good. I hope that's 5 passes. That's 4 passes! Come on, we can get we can get 1 pass in this 3rd stage, right? I know, now, this is what we call, scope creep right now. We're planning on just getting bigger and better, but without actually making any progress on what exists. It's okay. It's my channel, I'll do what I want. If I want scope creep, we'll do scope creep. Heck, this entire Master System series is scope creep. Sitting there at home going, how are you gonna finish the NES library when you're doing the Master System library? Hey, chill man, I'm going at the same pace. I'm actually just doubling my output, so actually no, it's not an example of scope creep, it's just an example of putting in work, as they say. They may or may not say that. No, I know a lot of kids from my school who would have said that. Shout out to the male cheerleading squad we had. It was not an official squad. They were just a bunch of goons who wore miniskirts over their sweatpants and held up stupid signs and wore traffic cones on their head. Yeah, that's dumb. Me listening to Slipknot and wearing dangly earrings wasn't. I was gonna say, please let me finish. Okay. That should be at least 1 pass. All I need is 1 pass. Yep, that's all I need, boy! Now I can get that juicy engine upgrade. Slip on some pee-pee at the Costco, get myself a $53,000 settlement. This better make a difference. Here we go. I don't feel faster. Maybe the acceleration. Oh, that's faster. Yeah. I just get so few straightaways that, you know, you seldom get it. Maybe the suspension upgrade is a better way to go with that. No! I tried to, like, let the iframes phase out so I wouldn't phase through the ramp, but no, then you just don't get enough speed. So, what I'm saying is, don't get caught in that scenario. Just don't ever get into the point where you have to deal with that. You know, it's like when people are like, oh, how do I lose weight? It's like, well, gotta hopefully not get to the point where that's becoming a massive concern. No pun intended. Me, myself, I've been putting on some COVID pounds, no doubt about it. And now I'm at the point where I'm saying, maybe I need to slow my roll a little bit. Will we make it through Florida? I don't know, to be honest. Things are looking a little tricky up there. Or down there, I guess. Hard to get further south than Florida. I think, like, Corpus Christi is probably a little further south, but... you know. Your options are basically, enveloped by Mexico or dangling next to Mexico. You ever think that's like how Toronto feels? They're like, oh, ew! Dang it, we're surrounded by the US! They're out here trying to spend their freedom bucks at our Canada Dollar stores. I'm like, that's right. Give us your Tim Hortons. Oh, I know, here I am, pulling out the Canada stereotypes. Could there be a lower bar? That's 6 cars past. Check that out. So, there's gotta be, like, an ideal order of upgrades, right? There's gotta be, like, Yeah, you want to get this upgrade first, and then that'll set you up to get this upgrade, and yada yada. It could be. Didn't mean to clonk myself on that rock there, but it appeared to end okay. I'm not dead yet. Alright. The absolute speed we have achieved, 200 kilometers per hour. Now I'm American, so I don't know what those filthy commie measurements are. Units of measurement, that's what I'm looking for. I only measure things in inches here. How many inches per hour am I going? 14 seconds left on the clock. An excellent showing. That's 7 past. You gotta feel pretty good about that. We have 8 total points. I'm gonna try a suspension upgrade. Item. What does item mean? Like, do we actually have items? No, one button is brake. Oh my god, I think I found the, I think if you do a little wheelie on your way onto the ramp, that greatly improves your entire life. Oh, I figured it out. I've cracked the code. This'll make the Florida possible. Potentially. I'm not gonna count my chickens before they hatch here, you know, we gotta actually make it there and test it in action, but this, oh, look at how beautiful it's looking. It was a little awkward of a landing there, but I don't think it's done any irreparable damage of any kind. Things are looking pretty good there, if I do say so myself. Gonna have a little pile of points to work with here. That's easily enough for either suspension or engine. I'm gonna try suspension. Item. I can't even fathom. Well, you know, it doesn't work as well when you land directly on the other competitors, as it turns out. That's less of a successful outcome. Barely. Barely made it, but barely making it counts, you know? Oh, shit! Things were going so swimmingly, but now we're swimming. Our accelerator, though, that got us over that. So we're still alive, we're still in it. It's still possible that we could clear this. We did clear it! With 35 seconds left, can you believe that? We passed 6 cars again. We figured it out. Buy myself a new tire. Are we on the ocean floor now? Is that where we're at? Or is this like the Rocky Mountains with an odd filter over it? Oh yeah, this looks more mountainous to me. You know, the whole filter just screamed ocean floor to me at first. Good stuff. Stay focused. Don't fall off the side of the cliff. Terrible way to improve. That's, you know, it's a little bit, not what I was going for. That's gotta count as a pass, right? We got 45 seconds left on the clock, though. We've been shredding this up ever since I learned. Hey, just do a little wheelie on your way in there. It's like, hey, you figured it out, champ. 9 points. That's nearly 10. But I'm gonna put a point in a handling, regardless. I'd love to get an engine upgrade at this point now, too. Maybe we'll see it in our future. It looks an awful lot like level 1. If it's as easy as level 1, then, boy, I'm on board. I gotta not crash into other competitors, though. I thought we've established that with ourselves, but no, we always got something new to learn. The old is new. A beautiful finish. I feel like I passed like 16 bikes? Excuse me? It's an absolutely outrageous amount of bicycles. We have 20 points. Wow, I'm like a kid in the candy store now. We're gonna buy an engine upgrade. Oh, I see. It got more expensive. So now one engine upgrade was 20 points. I get you. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Now we can go faster than 200 kilometers per hour. We're 263, a nice even number. Maybe we can go even faster than that. Hard to say. Nope, that's our top speed. Alright, not sure why 263 specifically. Oh my goodness, this is a sense of speed the likes of which I have not seen on an 8-bit system. Here we fucking go, buddy! Just pass everybody in the world, you know, that's... We can't be stopped. We are infinite. Past 18, suckers. I mean, at this point, I'm like, dude, give me more acceleration. We're just gonna zoom like the world has never known. Oh, I see. They're not permanent upgrades. I was here thinking that they were. Why am I doing so well, then? Am I just improving as a player? Impossible. It's all just a zen now, you know? Ripping through the grass is not a zen. Who's excited for Goldberg versus Drew McIntyre at the Royal Rumble? Oh, what's that? Nobody, because Goldberg is 87 years old? Oh. Good point. We made a total of 80 points. We're the biggest legend that Enduro racing has ever seen. Build me up, fucking Buttercup. Look at this. Okay. Okay. You know, one little explosion. I'm not at all bothered. Look at how much time we have left when we're clearing these levels now. We're an absolute psychopath. No! Absolute psychopath! No! It's all falling apart, man. It's all falling apart! No! How did I know Florida was gonna ruin everything? Okay. We're still in it, I think. That fairly sad performance notwithstanding. Interesting. And by interesting, I mean exactly as expected. I was gonna say, yeah, please let me finish. It would be a royal shame to game over right there, so close to the end. Terrible lap time, but hey. I live. That's the only thing I'm concerned about here. Yeah, so, you know, I'm just gonna keep pumping it in the accelerator. That seems to be a very good upgrade, possibly the best upgrade. It's like, yeah, top speed is cool, but you ever just go fast real fast? It's combining two forms of speed. How can it not be the greatest? Well, you want to not fall on them. So I think the better you do in the level prior, the less time the more time you get the level after that. Because I'm not looking at any, like, 84-second timers this time. You know, because I botched Florida a little bit. So Colorado's gonna be a little bit trickier. It's alright, we just don't die. We just don't crash any... Ignore that. That crash didn't even happen. So it did happen, and unfortunately, we game overed on the very last race! That calls for a drink of water. Channel your aggression with H2O. Yeah, why do we gotta pass cars in this one? Question is, why are we going so much faster than cars? I mean, they do kind of look like grandpa mobiles, don't get me wrong. Don't mind me, I'm just having internal monologues, you know. I know, oh, how dare you, you're speaking internally? Give me all your thoughts. Yeah, my thoughts, man. I do wish that the upgrades were persistent. That would be a little more flowery, I feel. But I'm still sold on the accelerator being your best bet. Ever since it saved me in Florida that one time. Just watch the lines blur, you know. You know, but hey, maybe it's a good thing that I've learned to shut up in this episode. You know, I'm not retching in agony over poor fielding, or because I have to mash the A button as fast as I possibly can to try to knock down a boxer that I will never beat. You know, I'm not going to tell you that this game is any kind of giant masterpiece, but boy, it's a perfectly pleasant little experience. That counts for a lot, I feel. Just accelerator all day, every day. Can I? Oh, nope. Okay. I was gonna see if I could like get 2 upgrades in accelerator, but no, it only gives you 1 at a time. Cowards. There's something therapeutic about when you just get in a good groove, you know? Oh, yeah. Ruined it! Ruined the groove! I've seen people thrown out of palaces for less. Actually, I've seen people thrown out of palaces for that exact infraction. We're starting to hit, sports game hell just a little bit here. Got a lot of consecutive sports games on both platforms. But, as they say, this too shall pass. Eventually, the big bad sports games will leave us alone. So, poll time. Do racing games count as sports games? Yes or no? And why or why not? It's a difficult question, I think. And it also depends on what you're going to define as a racing game, too. Like, is this really a racing game? Or is it just an action game with a little bit of racing under the hood? That's a good question. Or I guess racing on the surface is really more what it is. I'd say that a game like F1 2020, I would call that a sports game. Yeah, why not? Why not? You're professional motorsports, F1 in particular, I think is most definitely a sport. I mean, it's right in the name. Motor sports. It's a sport. But then you look at stuff like Mario Kart. And things become to get a little blurred. Things become a little blurred at that point then, you know? You're sitting there saying, well, hold on now, bud. In what sport have you ever seen people throw a banana back at other competitors? I'll tell you, it's probably... Can you not, please? Anyway, I tell you, I don't know, it's probably happened at a high school football game or two. Shenanigans occur all the time. I thought for sure I was going down again. You got kind of slim lanes to take here, you know? Fortunately, we'll go right back to the first race after this one, and that'll allow us to get our timer a little back under control, because this is looking a little ugly. It's not my finest showing. We'll take our accelerator, though, and we'll go far. See, we still finished with 42 seconds left. It's not like we totally damned ourselves there or anything like that. Well, I mean, it was the worst lap time we've put up this entire game, but... Good. I was gonna say, I gotta have enough points for an accelerator boost, and I do. Especially since points have not yet been doubled, or upgrade costs, I suppose, have not yet been doubled. Look at that was a big old jerk move. I had no room to do anything. I'm not gonna complain about it though, you know? That's what babies do. And last Last I saw, I'm not shaking a rattle right here. Yeah, commentary is really suffering on this episode, you know? They can't all be zingers. The best of Primus. Doing particularly poorly. Let me win! Let me win! Here we go. So pick it up. Pick up the pace, man. You gotta have a little more gumption than that. It's like, yeah, the cost of upgrades doubles, but the cost of vehicles on the road also doubles. Look at that. I could get 2 upgrades here if I really wanted. You know what? I'm feeling spicy. Just maybe I will. I don't even know what the tire upgrade does. I mean, you know, accelerator, that's obvious. It tells you straight away. I'd say this map definitely gives you the biggest sense of speed, thanks to the little, you know, the little lines across the ground. They really, explode in your face. We don't talk about spills like that. Unless you bring it up first, and then I'll be forced to address it. In which case, I'd prefer if my attorney were present. See, now that's my worst lap. I don't like seeing my laps getting worse and worse here. We dropped for an accelerator and new tires. And that's the best that my poor bike can pull out? Jeez Louise. Surprised I haven't played some garbage indie RPG with a character just named Jeez Louise. I know. Oh, what? So just because an RPG is indie means it sucks now? I'm like, no, but I mean, I wouldn't call indie RPGs the peak of the RPG world. Doesn't mean that it can't be good, of course, but I'm just telling you, there's a lot of RPG maker tripe that tends to be very, very samey. And samey is maybe the best thing you can say about some of it. Come on, get me over the finish line. I was gonna say, with 5 seconds left, I felt like that was a pretty dang close to flawless performance right there, but the game is being real tough on me right now, just like it's tough on crime. I don't know what you want me to do. I've proven that you don't need the engine upgrade there to be a true hero. And a real hero, real human being. Not quite sure what handling does either. I think you... Terrible. I hate it. I think it just allows you to turn much quicker. I mean, that's what would make sense. But things don't always make sense now, do they? Oh, you got me there. What kind of a point do you hope to make from that arbitrary contrarianism? That's what I thought. Man, what is wrong with it? I mean, yes, I know that we crashed, but dang, I feel like we got dunked on for what felt like kind of no reason. Let this be known as the Master System game we almost beat. If only my my uncoordinated ass didn't fall apart during the mountains. Colorado, you're a bitch and a half. But we love you anyway. Oh, land of snow and weed. Yeah, bring me home, man. Bring me home. Oh, I thought for sure I was gonna do a sick mid-air collision and, a nuclear eruption would occur for no reason. Alright. Going for it. So far, I found the perfect straight line to just drive in. Don't even need to swerve where I'm at here. Ooh, I had to do the very slightest swerve there, and now it ruined my line. Thanks, ruins. We're clearly not in the USA here, you know. USA doesn't have fancy ruins like that. Indigenous cultures of the US didn't exactly leave monolithic buildings in their wake, you know, all pretty low-key there in the Native American history. That's not a knock on them at all, by the way. Don't think for a second I'm saying, wow, geez, way to go, Native American population. You didn't, speaking of Native American population, you didn't build giant marble pillars. Now the rest of the world's gonna laugh at us. No, no, no. You gotta appreciate the Native American heritage when you see it. It's a little underrepresented. Like, it's not quite as chic as some other ancient cultures. You might be saying, oh, it's not that old. I mean, come on, Native Americans were around when the Mayflower got here. And it's like, well, yeah. And prior to that. But you gotta bet they were around way before then, too. Good race, men. But since we're going to Florida, I'm gonna need the accelerator for sure. Oh, look, it's all I can afford anyway. Suck it, Dolphins and Jaguars and Buccaneers. Why does Florida need 3 football teams? No, no, no. Actually, better question. Why does Ohio need 2 football teams? It's Ohio. The state you go to simply because you have to drive through it to get to better things. Like Indiana. Yes, I know the Cleveland Browns are from Ohio. That's very true. But do we really need the Bengals? Nope. They're just that, they're that scuffed, like a Great Value brand Paul Brown team that he just decided to make as a novelty, you know? This is a little prank to the rest of the league. I mean, what? It's not like the Bengals have a particularly rich history of winning and being incredible or anything like that. We'll go double upgrades for the mountain here. And hope that I don't completely mess up like I did on my last attempt in Colorado. How do you know you're in Colorado? You could be in Idaho. Dude, nope. Nobody goes to Idaho. Incidentally, I have actually been in Idaho. I have never been further south than Missouri. But I've been to Idaho. Actually, that might not be true. I know I was in California when I was a very, very young child, but that really doesn't count. If I have almost no cognizant memories of it, then I don't think it counts. Let me finish this before making a bigger mess of what I've done here. I've already crashed too many times. He just rammed right into my side. He just sideswiped me. He's a jerk. He's a jerk. Yeah, we still have 46 seconds left, but it's... I want more, man. What a regression. Look at that, 39 to 53. Yuck. I should have tried to buy item at some point, just to see what it does. But, you know, I've been so focused on, like, trying to do better. Which is probably the mark of a reasonably decent game, you know? When you're like, no, I want to be better for you. I want to be the better me that you deserve. First words to that Converge song from Cyberpunk 2077 that seems to play every 5 minutes on the Ritual radio station. Not like I'm complaining, it's a good song, but you know, a lot of other tracks. Kinda like how if you switch to Body Heat Radio, you'll almost always hear 4 AM by Grimes. There had to be like a clause there where it's like, well, I'm Grimes, so you're gonna play my song 3 times as often. I wouldn't be surprised. Same thing with Converge, you know? It's a killer soundtrack though, you know? The original songs and the unoriginal songs. Actually, I think the Grimes song is like the only not original song in the whole game, which is impressive. If you haven't played Cyberpunk because you've been scared away by all of the controversy surrounding it, get over it. It's a good game. No. It's probably worth waiting if all you have to play it on is like a base PS4. That's gonna inhibit some of the good times there, so you should probably get some better hardware first. The Xbox Series X, I can attest, it works perfectly fine on that. Yes, there's still the regular bugs, but those bugs are present regardless of the version. Even the PC version, you'll get the occasional T-pose. Ah, what have I learned? You always swerve left, and I didn't that time. I said, I'm gonna try a new strategy that I know doesn't work, because it's actually not a new strategy, because it's what I did the first time I played this level. And I'm like, you brilliant man. That's a genius move. Strongly recommend it. "49 seconds left on the clock, though, so we haven't been completely dunked yet. We'll have to see how Montana does for us. You always say, "Oh, Montana? Why Montana now? What's your justification for the totem pole level being Montana?" Do I need any? Actually, we did start with 99 seconds, so clearly ending with 45 seconds on the clock is considered perfectly acceptable by the game. And then, yeah, we just shoot straight, absolutely bomb through this level, destroy it in one go, and set ourselves up well for Florida. We have a very real shot of capping the game off within this episode, and if that happens, you know, I'll feel pretty clever about myself. And then in the future, when I finally make good on my threats of buying a Master System, I'll pick this game up, and then I'll just instantly cross it off on my backloggery, and I'll say, "Ha suckers! We got all the time in the world for Florida, we just have to not botch it. Because if we botch that, we're gonna get screwed in Colorado." Thank you for the points. Appreciate them. Play as if your life depends on it. Because if you don't put on a good showing here, the mob's gonna show up to your house and break your kneecaps. You know, I've always given myself a pat on the back that I have never made any life decisions that have led to getting my kneecaps broken by a criminal syndicate. I'd call that a win. Ooh, threaded that needle. Could have ended way worse. That too. Alright, we are set. We are set up. This is our game to lose. If we botch this now, we never really deserved it in the first place. So, how many points do we get here? We've scored 100 points flat so far. We're a genius. That's enough for an accelerator, and we'll do the tire as well. Crossing my fingers here. Prepare for some true king shit inbound. Not like that. Not like that. Terrible start. I mean, these are narrow roads, man. This is treacherous stuff here. I went through a very, very short phase where I was watching, like, mountain biking videos on YouTube. Something that I have never been interested in. I've never watched it. I've never done it. I've certainly never done it. But I was just like, seems neat. Watched some, like, extreme downhills and stuff, and then I watched someone drive, like, the most extreme trail where it was, like, an inch of clearance, and that was it. And if you fall, you, like, fall, like, 100 miles down a chasm. It's like, why? The whole trail was like a line. It's like, well, if you don't follow that line, you're just gonna fall and die. Even if you do follow it, you could just fall and die. Oh, look at that. That's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. 7 minutes, 23 seconds, 66 milliseconds for the entire set. 115 points. Congratulations, you successfully completed all of the stages. The first Master System game we have beaten on this series. Very possibly the last. I'll drink to that. Some water. Enduro is a symbolic journey through life via the media of a race. The results are insignificant, and what really counts is competing. Of particular importance are lessons to be learned concerning oneself from the various encounters you experience along the way. There is no victor or loser in this test of endurance. The only thing that really matters is that you make a commitment to begin the long and trying trek. This game is then dedicated to all of the life riders who have started out on the solitary trip to find their own individual limits. Last but not least, may we sincerely congratulate you on a perfect run. Yo! That's the most deep and introspective thing I have ever seen written in a game of this vintage. That was a straight up, the real Enduro racer was the friends we made along the way kind of ending. Except, like, dang, that was well spoken, that was well written. This was, of course, developed and published by Sega. I didn't even say it because I figured it went without saying. Dang, man, well, that's gonna cream the vast majority. This is just the demo, by the way. That's gonna cream the vast majority of any other writing on an 8-bit system. And all it was just the endgame crawl. I'm happy with myself that I found it, and yeah, honestly, I'm just gonna time it there, you know? No need to drag out a good thing. Beat the game, got some inspiration at the end. Wow. What a turnaround from Rocky, which was just, you know, the worst. Alright, well. This game's gonna rank pretty good, I would say, on the rank-o-meter for these games. Well, normally speaking, the next game on the list would be Gangster Town, but that is a light gun game. And we know light gun games just, you know, they don't work when you don't have a real TV to capture off of and play them on, and even then it's tumultuous. So we're instead going to skip to Great Volleyball. Now, we've been impressed by the great sports games. We've been let down by the great sports games. Where will Great Volleyball land? I have absolutely no clue. Either way, join me next time for Great Volleyball. We'll eventually get out of the sports funk. Eventually. Until then, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you next time.